everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne, and today I'm going to share with you how to make the classic Southern potato salad. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I'll also have, for your reference, a list of ingredients in the description box below, but I'm going to share with you this classic Southern recipe and also some different tips on how to make it just right. So first, for the potato salad, I'm using 5 russet potatoes, and you definitely want to use russet potatoes. We always use russet potatoes or the Idaho russet potatoes when it comes to making potato salad. And 5 large russet potatoes typically weigh about 5 pounds, a little less than 5 pounds, a little more than 5 pounds. But you're going to need right around 5 pounds of potatoes, and you want to cut them about this size. You want to try to have everything around about that nickel size, about between a nickel and a quarter, so about 1.5 inches, but no more than 2 inches. We don't want them too small because as you boil them, and also with potato salad, we're going to be doing some mixing. You don't want your potatoes to break down. So if they're too small, you won't get that texture that you're looking for your potato salad. Now I have here 8 cups of water, and then I added some salt to the water. As we're going to boil the potatoes, you want to salt them so that way our potatoes get flavor as they're cooking. You want to cook your potatoes until they're fork tender, meaning that if you take a fork and you glide it into the potatoes, it easily goes in. Then I went on and I drained my potatoes. I let them cool down. Then I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients to my bowl. I have 4 boiled eggs that I went on and I diced, and I have 2 more boiled eggs to the side, and we're going to be using those as a garnish. Now in addition to that, for now that we've added our 4 boiled eggs that we chopped, we're also going to add a little bit of salt to help to also flavor up our eggs. You want to add, this was about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and we're also going to add a little bit of pepper. And this is coarse black pepper, and I'm putting in about 1/4 of a teaspoon of some coarse black pepper. Now once we've seasoned the salt and the pepper, and this is really for our eggs mostly, now we're going to add in some yellow mustard. Now the yellow mustard, I'm using 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. And for our mayonnaise, I'm going to be putting in 1 cup of mayonnaise, and you can always add more mayonnaise later on if you like it a little bit more creamy. And when it comes to making potato salad, there are so many different variations to make potato salad for sure. This is the classic Southern recipe to making potato salad, and how the matriarchs in my family made their potato salad. And I'm also going to be putting in 2 tablespoons of some sweet relish. Now when it comes to the potato salad, if you'd like to add in some onion, my mother and her sisters typically didn't add onion to their potato salad, but if you like onion, what you'd want to do is you want to go ahead, chop up about 1/2 cup of onion. Usually they would use white or yellow onion, but you want to soak your onion in some ice cold water for about 15 to 20 minutes. Drain off that excess water and go ahead and drain that off, because the reason to soak the onion in some ice cold water is going to take off some of that pungency of the raw onion when you add that to the potato salad. Something else is that being mindful, my mother always told me if you add onion to your potato salad, it's not going to keep as long. So you want to be mindful of that. And then the benefit of us letting our potatoes cool down before we started adding the other ingredients with it is because, as you see how we're doing the mixing, and you want to mix going from the bottom to the top, they tend to start breaking down if your potatoes are still pretty warm when you start to do your mixing, and having them be cool helps them to stay whole. And I have done it before. I've made potato salad before, and I didn't let my potatoes cool down very much. I started mixing and I ended up with mashed potato salad. And so I learned my lesson. My mother said you need to let your potatoes cool down before you start mixing everything. She said, or else you're not going to end up with whole potatoes. She was right, and so I learned that lesson, and so that's something to share as a pro tip for y'all. Now we're going to go ahead and give this a taste and see how we're doing with our taste so far. Think we need a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper, so I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste. And when it comes to this, if you'd like to add garlic powder or onion powder, you can definitely add that to your potato salad if you like. With garlic powder and onion powder, A little bit goes a long way. It can be very robust flavor. And so if you do want to add that, I would add it very sparingly initially and then just build based on your taste buds. Before our classic potato salad that we're doing, salt and pepper will do. And then just go from the bottom to the top. It looks good. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more of mayonnaise. And so the first time around I added 1 cup, and then this was about another 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I'm going to just go ahead and blend it. My husband is smoking some ribs, and so we're going to have some ribs. We're going to have some potato salad. And I'm going to add a little bit more of my sweet relish, just about another tablespoon. So this is going to be a total of 3 tablespoons of my sweet relish. Now, in addition to the ribs that my husband is outside, he's smoking those, we have the potato salad that I got going here. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill up. I'm also going to make some baked beans, and I have a recipe for baked beans, a vlog on my channel. And actually the recipe is my niece's husband's recipe for baked beans, and it is a simple recipe and they come out so good. Well, let's give it a final taste. Oh yeah, this is gonna go perfect with our dinner for tonight. My sister's coming over. Since we are smoking some ribs, we got those ribs going, so my sister's coming over, my nephews are coming over, 2 of my nieces are coming over. So this is going to be enough potato salad for about 8 to 10 people, and that's going to be perfect for us this evening. Now, with my 2 eggs that I had left, I go ahead and I slice them, and I like to go ahead and garnish and put garnish on top of my potato salad with some sliced egg. I always feel like it just really helps it just to stand out, and just it's a nice finishing touch. I'm also going to put a little bit of paprika. I have some fresh chopped parsley that I have there, some flat leaf parsley. We're going to sprinkle some parsley on top. And then if you don't have any fresh flat leaf parsley, you can also put some dried parsley. You can also use a little bit of dried parsley and just sprinkle on top for garnish. And so with the paprika, you can just put as much or as little as you like. And so I just sprinkle around the edges and on top of the eggs as well as in the middle. And if you do like that flavor of onion, but you don't necessarily want to mix it into the potato salad, you can chop up a little bit of fresh chives, the green part of the fresh green onions, and just sprinkle a little bit of that on top as a garnish. And so that's also another nice garnish, and just a little bit goes a long way of the green parts of the onion, of the green onion. And in the comments, let me know what are some things that you like to have in your potato salad. I know some people like celery. Some people like to put chopped black olives in there. So share with the community what are some things that you enjoy in your potato salad. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen making this Southern classic. I'm going to put the top on, put it in the refrigerator, and let it chill till it's time for dinner. Well, if you're not subscribed, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or a family. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you can come back and visit me again in my kitchen. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.